This is Rev Michelle Hopkins.
Okay. And Roy, you want to explain to us what happened to you yesterday before they cut us off here?
Yes, I will, real quick. There's a history of this. I've run into, I don't know who they are, but they've been feds for some time. They come where I'm uploading my stuff. If I make a mistake and go to the same place more than once in a row in a few days, I've had them show up and take pictures of me, but nothing more than that. Usually they couldn't wait to get out. But this time, and I've also had some trouble with trolls and apparently some CIA operatives or somebody on the YouTube site. But at any rate, yesterday I went to upload this video that I am now uploading. It's titled June 25th Update. And I got a phone call at the same time. I'd been there for about an hour and a half trying to upload this thing, having a lot of trouble. Got this phone call from one of my sources sending me pictures. And so it came on my phone. I couldn't see it, too small resolution, so I was going to go out to my car and pick up the adapter so I could put the micro SD card in the adapter and put it in my computer and see the pictures that way. And as I was walking out the door, two cars screeched up. One stopped in front of my car, blocked it from the front. The other one came in from behind, blocked it from the rear. Now, I wasn't in the car, and they weren't looking for me right at the moment. So I turned around, and it was then that they saw me, and I ran off, and they spent a few minutes looking for me through the neighborhoods. I finally eluded them, and I don't usually tell how I do that, but at any rate, after a few, and I'm a little tired, so I hope you'll bear with me here. After about a half hour, 45 minutes, I managed to scoot back in the area, and from a concealed position, I'll put it that way, watch these guys. They stayed on my car hoping that I would come back. One left, and this whole scenario goes across for about 3 hours. One left, and I could see the people inside. Both vehicles had two men in them. They were definitely feds, late 20s, early 30s. Either DHS, NSA, or FBI, I'm not sure what. And the last vehicle, the SUV, stayed on my car and then crossed the street because apparently they thought they saw me across the street. So they went over there and they searched the area over there, didn't find me, came back to the car, stayed another period of time, probably another 45 minutes. Then they went across the street to the gas station, didn't get gas but pulled up to a pump so they could see my car, stayed there for a half hour. The driver got out, went in the store, came back out. They stayed there for about another 10 minutes, and it was getting close to the end of their work day. These guys are rogues. They report to two different chains of command. That's why they do what they do. So the second chain of command is the rogue one that's kind of a bad thing. They finally left. I scooted over to my car, slipped in on the side that wasn't able to be viewed from the street. Tried to make sure there were no people assisting them hanging around so they wouldn't see me, slipped into the car, and after about 5 minutes of being sure that nobody was watching it, I took off like a rabbit. And definitely they were after something. I think it's intimidation more than anything else. If it was any kind of a criminal thing or whatever, they could have gotten a warrant to seize my vehicle and search it. They didn't do that. They didn't want to have possession of it. They just wanted me. So, wow.
Well, we're glad that God didn't. Yeah, we're glad God didn't let that happen. We've had another happening today, Roy, and I'm going to let Bill tell you about that one.
Okay, sure. I want to hear it.
Bill, go ahead.
Well, I had visit today as well. I had a cop with two feds at my door today. And I didn't see it until I seen the cop walk by the window and hit the door. And my son was standing there, and he pulled the door open, and the cop knew me by name, like he was my friend. Okay, and I don't even know this guy. And he's treating me all nice, and the other two guys are standing there, and they're unclothed, and they're not uniformed people. And I stepped out of the house. I didn't let them come in. And the cop says, "Oh, Bill's a good guy," and he walks away. And the other two guys reached in their front pocket, pulled out badges, flashed their badges at me. They were feds. And they gave me the stare around. They basically, it was like a casual conversation. But when it was all said and done, it led back to what I do on YouTube. And then they played me for dumb, like, can I get your YouTube, or can you give me your YouTube name? What are you talking about? Have you ever made the videos promoting killing women? Okay, so it was that type of scenario. So I was like, okay. Then they said, well, you're not in no trouble, blah, blah, blah. They were out here for about 15 minutes, and then they left.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of people today, and they're rousting everybody. I think you're right, Roy. It's all about intimidation, because they've rousted a lot of them, but they've taken nobody in.
Yeah, and of course the important thing is there are probably a lot of people that this has happened to, and it did scare them, and they're afraid to do anything more. And this is not the time to go hide in a cave. This is the time to get more aggressive. As a matter of fact, I just got confirmation that this video that I did yesterday that they refused to allow to load up, it is up. The resolution is real low, so I don't know what the quality will be, but it's there. So that's the thing you need to do, is just keep after them, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now, what is your plan, Roy? I know you were going to be on the radio with us as regularly as you could. You're going to be on Pete Santilli tonight, right?
Actually, I was on it today.
Okay.
So I don't know when he gets the recording up. I don't know if I don't know if you can hear it now, but I know it's available tomorrow. I don't know about now, but he called me up this morning. It was actually not too long after just before I guess I talked to you, and asked me if I'd go on today, and I said sure. I figured the best thing to do, of course, always is to be out in front as much as you can, because that's the way that you stay safe. You know, not that they do. I'm not a Hastings. They're not gonna. They don't have any. I don't think they have any interest in doing that. I don't have that kind of notoriety. Certainly nothing like Breitbart. But you never know when they get desperate what they might do. So I'll just say this: I'm pretty much prepared for anything, and I think they know that. My history, both in the military and elsewhere, they know that I'm not a pushover. So, they got to be careful how they deal with me.
Well, that's good. I know that today I was talking on the video when I was announcing the show that was going to be on tonight, and I've had I don't know, tons and tons of trolls and shills today, and I know that that's to discourage us too. Anything they can do now to bring division is what it's all about, and even turning people who call themselves Christians against other Christians, so they're dividing the Christian population as well.
Yeah.
And at a time when we should be uniting, everybody is dividing, because they're letting Satan win this little game. They're not recognizing who their real enemy is here.
Power brokers, they aren't going to go peaceably. They're going to take as many people with them as they can. And this is going to be really, really bad. The Constitution has to be in our hearts and our minds. And as Judge Learned Hand said, it doesn't matter if there's a document, if there's something on paper about it. If liberty is not in the hearts and minds of men and women, then being in the Constitution is of no help.
This is Rev Michelle Hopkins. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.